traders, welcome to today's Equity Empire Chart Analysis session. When most investors are throwing darts, we're looking for clues in the charts. Today, we're going to take a look at the chart on Pinterest, symbol P-I-N-S. And when we take a look at the chart, we're simply going to be assessing two things. One, what's the direction of the trend? And two, are there key support levels where the big funds might be patiently waiting to buy at lower prices, where we could join them for either a quick bounce trade or for a lower entry price if we're looking for a longer term position. Let's get right into the action. So what we're going to do first is we're going to assess the trend. And as you can see, the nearest part of the trend here, we have a low. A month later, we set a high in mid-July. The following week, we established a higher low. And just today, we established a new higher high. So a series of higher highs and higher lows is the definition of an uptrend, which is interesting because we have an uptrend in Pinterest. At the same time, the broad stock market over the last month has been in a gradual declining downtrend. Okay, so that is called relative strength. Pinterest is exhibiting relative strength. And when you have a stock exhibiting relative strength, those are ideal for establishing quick bounce trades. So let's go find a support level or two to see if there's a level where we'd want to set up a trade for, like I say, either a quick bounce or if you're a longer-term investor, just getting a cheaper price for your entry. All right, our first support level is right here in the 2182 to 2084 price range. Okay, the second support level, draw that one real quickly here. Between 1901 and 1807. And then we have a third support level just a little bit below there. Draw that here real quickly. That is in the 1760 to 1660 price range. Okay, so three support levels to consider for either a quick trade or a lower entry price for a long-term position. Now, if you're a trader and you're looking to go for the aggressive upper level, we'd have a buy limit set at 2182. You'd have a protective stop you can set somewhere below that level, so somewhere below 2084. I'm just going to set it here at 2070. You don't have to have it exactly that price, but you want to have a protective stop. It's like going out on a trapeze on a high wire. You want to have a safety net below there. All right. So we have our safety net set here just below that particular support level. We'd only risk a little over a point if that trade were to fail. But ideally, we would have price action like this. Our buy limit would be at 2182. And ideally, we get price to pull back, bounce off that level, and work its way higher from there. And then we could establish where we want to exit that trade. So that'd be the ideal way this trade would play out if you wanted to go for the upper support level. The second support level, if you wanted to have a more conservative entry, would be a buy limit order 1901, protective stop just below that level. Once again, the increment is up to you. And then the most conservative level is a buy limit at 1760, protective stop somewhere below 1660. Once again, only taking a little over $1 point worth of risk on that particular trade per share. The problem with the bottom support level is the trend would have to reverse to get all the way back down there. So instead of buying a pullback in an uptrend, you'd be looking to buy the dip while we're in a pretty well-established downtrend at that point. So the context of the trade changes at different support levels. That's something to consider. Now, what I want to finally do here is identify a resistance level on the chart to use as a target for you active fast traders. And the resistance level here is up here where we've had rejection, where price started to drop 3 different times in the 2674 to 2793. So you could have a target if you're a fast trader somewhere just in front of 2674. If you're a long-term investor, you don't have to pay as much attention to that because you'd be patiently waiting for this company to just continue to perform and work its way higher. But there are 3 support levels, 1 resistance level to consider if you were looking for either a quick bounce trade or a lower price for a long-term position. Hope you got some value out of today's session. I'll be back several more times this week and in the coming weeks. I wish you all the best of luck in your trading and investing in the week ahead, and we'll see you soon.